Okay, if you're ready to be hated, start speaking the truth. I've been looking over a lot of Candace Owens videos, and this girl is just telling you straight up. A lot of people are calling her all kind of names, because I guess the truth hurts. So just listen to a few of these, and I'm gonna put a link at the top so you can see the whole interview that she had with this guy, the Black Lives Matter. I guess he's the president, but she put him in his place. But check out some of his interviews and tell me what you think.
Where have the Republicans failed black people?
That they haven't done anything to correct it.
This is why people call you name. You speak sometimes, and I'm saying this from a very earnest place. You talk like a person who hates black people.
No, I'm talking like if I was your mother, you need to get up off your ass and get an ID.
Listen.
We need that. We need a little more people telling us to get up off our asses and do stuff. We need to stop being handed excuses and start being told, you know how to do this. Figure out what you need to do. You are a American. It's not hard. You've got Google now. How can I get my ID? Okay. You cannot objectively say that you think that Republicans have done more harms to black than Democrats. Can you?
This is the problem, my sister.
But I want to know.
Voting issues. You look at voter suppression, right? And it's Republicans behind this. Now, you said if I was right, you'd admit it.
No, I'm just asking you to explain it further because I want people
suppression.
that are
So
hearing
their laws
you
like,
to hear.
Their laws like you have to do 3 black flips, 2 somersaults, and a moonwalk.
You mean have an ID?
Yeah, an ID.
So do you think black people? Let me ask you a question.
Other
Do you think black people are
of-
too stupid to get a driver's license?
Why would you call black people?
Because to me, I'm
stupid,
offended
sister?
that people call
You're
that.
black.
No, I'm asking you
You're
something.
black.
I'm asking you something. I'm
black.
offended when people say to me that oppresses us. I'm like, I don't know a single black person that doesn't have ID. You can't drive. You can't buy a pack of cigarettes. You can't buy alcohol. Don't think we're so stupid that we can't figure out how to get ID. It's insulting to call that voter suppression.
Okay.
If black people can't figure out how to get ID, we have a way bigger problem. We're not that stupid. I will not accept that we're too stupid to get ID. I don't know a single. I got cousins that live in the projects. Everybody has ID. You can't work without ID. You can't work without ID.
I get it. Yes,
you can't work.
Yes,
you
but
can't
you
work
can.
unless you're working under the table. You got to have some form of ID when they run your social security number and all that stuff. You have to give them something to work with.
No, actually, you don't. You just go in there. You give them a social. You don't have to have your physical.
Yes, you do. They
social
have to make a
security
copy
card.
of it. They have to make a
No,
copy
they
of it.
don't.
Not your social security card,
What
of your
world
ID.
do you live in? Do you live amongst
So
these
you're
people?
telling
Well, I had to pause this video for a minute. What world do Hawk Newsom live in? He said you don't need no ID, no social security number to get a job to drive. To drive, you need an ID. You need a driver's license. To get a job, you need a driver's license. As far as I know, unless they change the laws. Maybe if you pick up somebody off the road to help you, they don't need any ID because most of them are here illegally. So where in the world is he getting this information from? Wow, this is unbelievable. I don't know if he's brainwashed or maybe something's really wrong with him. But we'll continue.
First off, we're talking about the black community. I don't want to talk about illegal immigrants because until the black community is fixed, I do not care on the record about a single illegal immigrant. You want me to care about a child separated from its mother at the border because their mother was doing something illegal and got caught? Does anybody cry when black parents get locked up and they have to be separated from their children for years? Okay, so stop. You can miss me entirely with the illegal immigrant argument.
I do.
Especially because illegal immigration negatively impacts who, first and foremost? Black men between the ages of 18 and 21. So
Okay, do you really think he cries when black people get locked up? He couldn't even hold his head up to tell her. He couldn't look her in the eye. But come on, let's go ahead and continue.
asking the black community to stand up for illegal immigrants is like asking me to take a shovel and dig my own grave. Not doing it, okay? Won't do it. We'll give no focus to illegal immigrants until the 3.9 million black kids that are in poverty are brought above the poverty line. I would like to see a system where we stop allowing Mexicans because they are geographically positioned to sprint into this border and demand rights and get on welfare. There are so many people in Africa via a merit-based system who are more than worthy of having an American citizenship. Those numbers are so low because of illegal immigration and they're coming and jumping over the border. So I'm actually very pro merit-based African countries, people that are trying to be doctors. I'm sick of this rate of 2% that come from Africa every year. So that's actually the biggest reason I support the wall is I don't think we have enough African immigrants.
Wow, I can't believe people, even black people, saying that Candace Owens hate black people. A person that stands up for black people like this and you say they hate black people? Wow. Okay, let's continue.
Every 4 years, the Democrats need to get the black vote. And it seems that almost every 4 years, we start seeing racial tension rise. Every single night, I think, during Trump's election, Black Lives Matter protesters were being displayed on my screen. If you were a black person in America, you would have thought that you couldn't walk out the door. You would have thought that the police were hunting us, right? Factually speaking, it's just not true. America accepted the bait, right? So we are always the bait. We are the bait that is used by leftists to further their goals. And their goals are to attack the administration. They have been unrelentless in that pursuit over the last 3.5 years. So they see an instance in which Black America is upset, rightfully upset about George Floyd, and maybe they're going to come out and protest, right? And then they say, this is the opportunity for us to now pretend that this is Black America, and it's them that's going to rise, and it's them that's going to loot. So they're actually using Black Americans as a shield to pursue their anarchy, their anarchy goals. And in that way, it's extremely racist, right? To hide behind Black Americans and make us look like we're the criminals and we're the people that don't know how to cope with death. So we're burning down our neighborhoods. That's ridiculous. Talk about this all the time, because I think the biggest problem facing the Black community is not police brutality by any regards. It's like that. If I had to make a list of 100 things that were impacting the Black community, police brutality wouldn't even be on the top 100. I think it's a scam. It's a leftist scam. Hold on, let me finish. It's a leftist scam. I truly believe it's a leftist scam. It's not helping. It's not helping them helping whatsoever, and it's actually reversing and harming our community more, because what the left does all the time is they seize a new show pony that they want us to be obsessed with and looking at all the time, every 4 years, so that they can control our vote and they can make us emotional. And in 2016, it was the myth of, and when I say myth of police brutality, I mean that when you look at the rate, white men and Hispanic men are being shot down at a higher rate, not more of them, a higher rate than black men, okay? So unless there's a Hispanic Lives Matter, so that means to me, and the timing of it is always suspicious, when all of a sudden we're supposed to be in the street protesting, it's right before election cycles, they release some information and black people are supposed to be outraged. Our community is too emotional. Point blank, period. We have to start to be rational and say, Now, I know that right now is election cycle, and every single night on CNN, they're showing me images of black men dying. Why would that be? Why is it that after Trump won, those images magically went away? Nobody cared about Black Lives Matter movement. I can't find CNN doing all the specials. It was like every day, prime time was a Black Lives Matter thing. Trump won, they were like, all right, bye. Then they went on to rape, and they went on to Me Too, and they went on to trying to stop this and that. And I think that is the biggest problem in the black community, is that we don't realize that we have been emotionally manipulated, and it's all for votes. Nobody cares.
Do I what?
Do you know the names of any white or Hispanic people that were killed unarmed by police?
Oh my God. Len Baez.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, turn on your notifications, and share this video. Also leave comments. Thanks for watching Welding and Stuff.